You wake up and the first thing you do is reach for your glasses or rub your eyes, hoping to clear away the fog. But even after you blink a few times, that blurry haze lingers. It feels like you are looking through a dirty window, and for a terrifying moment, you wonder if your vision has gotten worse overnight. You might worry that this is just the inevitable decline of aging, that your eyes are simply wearing out. But what if I told you that the blurriness you feel in the morning is not just about getting older? It is often a sign that your morning routine is quietly working against you. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you a simple 3-step morning reset that many seniors skip, and I will explain why incorporating these specific actions can make your vision feel sharper, clearer, and more comfortable within just a few days. We often accept that things just stop working as well as they used to once we cross 60. We accept the aches, the stiffness, and the fading eyesight as the price of admission for a long life. But while we cannot stop the clock, we absolutely can change how our bodies respond to it. The problem with morning blurry vision often is not permanent damage, it is a maintenance issue. Think of your eyes like a high-performance engine. If you let an engine sit all night in the cold without oil and then try to rev it up immediately to highway speeds, it is going to sputter. That is exactly what most of us do to our eyes every single morning. We wake up dehydrated with stagnant circulation and immediately demand our eyes focus on the sharp details of a medication bottle, a newspaper, or a smartphone screen. In this video, we are going to fix that engine warm-up. We are going to uncover the specific habits that are drying out and straining your eyes, and we are going to replace them with a routine that restores moisture, relaxes the focus muscles, and feeds your retinas exactly what they need to function. If you follow this guide, you will not just see better, you will feel more alert and less fatigued throughout your entire day. Before we jump into the first step, if you care about staying healthy, independent, and keeping your senses sharp as you age, please consider subscribing to our channel. We share the kind of deep, practical senior health tips that doctors often do not have time to explain during a 15-minute appointment. And let me ask you a quick question to kick things off. Where are you watching from today? Are you tuning in from the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, or perhaps somewhere else entirely? Drop a comment below with your country or city. I am always curious to see how far our community of proactive seniors reaches, and it is wonderful to see us all connected by a desire to age well. Now, let us get into the root of the problem. Why do mornings feel so much worse for your eyes than the rest of the day? You might notice that by dinner time, your vision is okay, but at 7 a.m., it is a struggle. This happens because of 3 main factors that occur while you sleep: dryness, lack of circulation, and muscle stiffness. When you sleep, you do not blink. Blinking is the pump that spreads tears and oils across your eye surface. For 8 hours, that pump is turned off. If your bedroom is dry, or if you sleep with a fan on, the moisture on your eyes evaporates, leaving behind a salty, sticky residue. This is often why your eyelids feel heavy or gritty. On top of that, your blood pressure naturally drops at night. This is healthy for your heart, but it means less oxygen-rich blood is being aggressively pumped to the tiny vessels in your eyes. So you wake up with eyes that are literally thirsty and slightly starved of oxygen. If you immediately start squinting at your phone or rushing around, you are stressing a system that has not had time to wake up. This leads us directly to step 1 of our morning reset. This step is called wake up hydration and blink priming. It sounds simple, but there is a very specific way you need to do this for it to work. Most seniors wake up and head straight for the coffee pot. I love coffee too, but coffee is a diuretic. It pushes water out of your body. If you start your day with coffee before water, you are deepening the dehydration that happened overnight. Your eyes are predominantly made of water. The vitreous humor, that jelly-like substance inside your eyeball that gives it shape, needs hydration to stay clear. When you are dehydrated, that jelly can shrink slightly, pulling on the retina and causing floaters or blurriness. So here is the protocol. Before you do anything else, before you put on your slippers or check the weather, Drink a full glass of room temperature water. It does not have to be cold. In fact, room temperature is often easier on the stomach. As you drink, visualize that water traveling to those tiny capillaries in your eyes, reinflating them. You are thinning out your blood, making it easier for your heart to pump oxygen up to your head. This is the internal shower your organs have been waiting for. But drinking water is only half of step one. The second half is blink priming. As we age, the oil glands in our eyelids, called the meibomian glands, can get clogged. These glands produce the oil that prevents your tears from evaporating. If they are clogged, your tears are just water, and they dry up instantly. In the morning, those oils have often hardened, like butter in the fridge. We need to melt them and get them flowing. So, after your water, I want you to sit on the edge of your bed and do a hard blink exercise. This is not a normal fluttery blink. I want you to close your eyes and squeeze them shut tight. Imagine you are trying to squeeze the last bit of toothpaste out of a tube. Hold that squeeze for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Now open them wide. Repeat this 5 times. What you are doing here is manually expressing those oil glands. The muscular pressure forces the stagnant oil out, coating your eye surface with a fresh, smooth layer of lubrication. It is instantly soothing. Many people tell me that after 3 days of doing this hard blink routine, the gritty, sandy feeling they have had for years starts to disappear. It is a physical therapy session for your eyelids, and it costs you absolutely nothing. It is crucial, however, that you do not rub your eyes with your knuckles. I know the temptation is strong, but rubbing can scratch the cornea and actually change the shape of your eye over time, leading to more distortion. Squeeze, do not rub. Once you have hydrated your body and primed your tear film, it is time for step 2. This step is about light exposure and distance focus reset. This is where we bridge the gap between biology and environment. Our eyes are designed to work in partnership with the sun. When light hits your retina in the morning, it triggers a release of dopamine. In the eye, dopamine is crucial because it helps regulate the growth and shape of the eye, but more importantly for us, it helps set your circadian rhythm and wakes up the visual cortex in your brain. If you stay in a dim room for hours after waking up, your brain remains in a semi-sleep state and your visual processing will feel sluggish. However, we have to be careful about the type of light. The harsh, concentrated blue light from a smartphone or tablet screen held 6 inches from your face is aggressive. It causes digital eye strain immediately because your eyes are forced to converge and focus intensely on a small, pixelated area. Instead of reaching for the phone, I want you to walk to a window, or better yet, step out onto a porch or balcony. This is the distance focus reset. Inside our eyes, we have a ciliary muscle. This muscle flexes to let us see things up close, like reading a book or sewing. As we get older, this muscle gets stiffer and the lens it controls gets harder. That is why we need reading glasses, but we can help this muscle by relaxing it. Looking at something far away is the equivalent of stretching a cramped hamstring. When you look at the horizon, at a tree across the street, or a cloud in the sky, the ciliary muscle fully relaxes. Here is your routine for step 2. Spend 3 to 5 minutes simply looking into the distance. Do not try to analyze the details of a leaf or read a license plate. Just let your gaze soften and take in the panoramic view. While you are doing this, you are bathing your eyes in natural, full spectrum light. This natural light signals your body to stop producing melatonin, the sleep hormone, and start producing serotonin, the wake-up hormone. It is a chemical switch that clears the brain fog that often accompanies the eye blur. If you have mobility issues and cannot easily get outside, sitting by a bright window is a perfect alternative. Open the curtains wide. If it is winter and dark, turning on bright overhead lights is better than a dim room, but natural light is always the gold standard. During this time, practice the 20-20-20 rule, but adapt it for your morning. For every 20 seconds you spend looking at something close, like making your coffee, spend 20 seconds looking out the window. It prevents that locking up of the focus muscle. Think of it as yoga for your eyes. You are reminding your eyes that they are capable of distance vision before you lock them into near vision tasks for the rest of the day. If you are finding these tips useful so far, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps spread the word to other seniors who might be struggling with their vision and thinking there is no hope. And if you have not yet, do subscribe for more little-known health insights. We are just getting started on this list, and the next point about breakfast might completely change how you shop for groceries. Now, let us talk about step 3. This is arguably the most critical for long-term vision preservation, and it all happens in the kitchen. Step 3 is the breakfast rule: 1 add and 1 avoid. You have probably heard the saying that you are what you eat. Well, your eyes are definitely what you eat. The retina is a very high energy tissue. It consumes oxygen and nutrients at a rate higher than almost any other part of the body. It is also highly susceptible to oxidative stress, which is basically rusting of the cells. What you put in your mouth at 8 a.m. determines whether your eyes are protected or under attack for the rest of the day. Let us start with the avoid. The biggest enemy of aging eyes in the morning is a spike in blood sugar. I want you to look at your current breakfast. Is it toast with jam? Is it a sugary cereal? Is it a pastry? When you eat refined carbohydrates and sugar, your blood glucose shoots up rapidly. High blood sugar causes the lens of the eye to swell. This is a temporary swelling, but it changes the refraction of the eye, causing blurriness. If you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, you know this well, but even for healthy seniors, a massive sugar spike creates inflammation. The tiny blood vessels in your retina are very delicate. Chronic sugar spikes damage these vessels, leading to leakage and vision loss over time. It is like putting dirty fuel in that high-performance engine we talked about. So the rule is to avoid the sweet start, try to cut out the fruit juice, which is essentially liquid sugar without the fiber, and skip the sugary jams. Instead, we move to the add. I want you to add a source of lutein and zeaxanthin to your morning meal. These are 2 carotenoids, which are types of pigments found in plants. They are often called the internal sunglasses for your eyes. When you eat them, they accumulate in the macula, the center of your retina, responsible for sharp, detailed vision. They literally act as a shield, absorbing harmful blue light and neutralizing the free radicals that cause age-related macular degeneration. The best source for this? Eggs, specifically the yolks. The yolk contains high amounts of lutein in a form that your body can easily absorb because it comes with healthy fat. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that eating just 1 egg a day significantly increased lutein levels in older adults without raising their cholesterol numbers dangerously. If you do not eat eggs, spinach and kale are your next best friends. But here's the trick. You must eat them with a little bit of fat, like olive oil or avocado, because these eye vitamins are fat soluble. They need fat to be carried into your bloodstream. So picture this change. Instead of a bowl of cornflakes, which spikes your sugar and leaves your eyes vulnerable, you have a scrambled egg with a side of spinach, or maybe an avocado on whole grain toast. You are keeping your blood sugar stable, which keeps your lens clear, and you are depositing protective pigment right into the back of your eye. It is a double win. You might feel a difference in your energy levels immediately, but your eyes will thank you over the coming weeks as that protective layer builds up. Now that we have covered the 3-step reset, I want to briefly touch on some common mistakes I see seniors make that undo all this good work. It is important to identify these because sometimes stopping a bad habit is just as powerful as starting a good one. The first mistake is the eye rub, which we mentioned earlier. It is so instinctive. You wake up, your eyes itch, and you dig your knuckles in. Please stop doing this. As we age, the collagen in our cornea, the clear front window of the eye, becomes a bit more brittle. Aggressive rubbing can weaken this structure. It can also introduce bacteria from your hands directly into the eye, leading to conjunctivitis or styes. If your eyes itch, use a warm washcloth. The heat will soothe the itch and help melt those oils without the mechanical damage of rubbing. The second mistake is improper screen brightness. Many seniors have their phone screens set to maximum brightness or conversely, too dim. If your screen is much brighter than the room you are in, It is like shining a flashlight into your eye. If it is too dim, you strain to see. Most devices have an auto brightness setting, but you should also manually adjust it so the screen brightness matches the ambient light of the room. And please, increase the font size. There is no vanity prize for reading tiny text. Straining to read small print causes you to blink less, which brings us right back to the dryness problem. Make the text big, bold, and easy to read. Your eyes will relax and your brow tension will disappear. The third mistake is ignoring the side effects of medication. Many common medications for seniors, including antihistamines, blood pressure pills, and antidepressants, list dry eyes as a side effect. If you are waking up with eyes that feel like sandpaper no matter how much water you drink, check your medication labels. You might be fighting a chemical battle. I am not saying you should stop your medication. Absolutely not. But bring this up with your doctor. There might be an alternative, or they might recommend a specific lubricating eye drop to use right before bed to counteract the drying effect while you sleep. Knowledge is power here. Let us take a moment to recap the checklist so you can start tomorrow morning with confidence. It does not have to be complicated. First, upon waking, drink a glass of water to hydrate the vitreous jelly in your eyes. Then, perform the hard blink exercise squeeze for 3 seconds, open and repeat 5 times to melt the oil in your eyelids. Second, get to the light. Spend 3 to 5 minutes looking out a window or standing on your porch. Focus on the distance to relax your ciliary muscles and let the natural light wake up your retinal chemistry. Third, fix your breakfast. Avoid the high sugar start that swells your lens. Add an egg or leafy greens to provide the lutein shield your macula needs to filter out damage. And finally, avoid the traps of rubbing your eyes or diving into a screen that is too bright or has text that is too small. It might feel a bit unsettling to learn all this, to realize that your morning toast or your habit of rubbing your eyes might be contributing to your vision struggles. But remember, knowledge is power. Now that you know, you can make simple changes to protect your health. You do not need to overhaul everything overnight. Even just adding the glass of water and the blink exercise can spare your eyes a lot of strain. You might start to notice less stiffness in the mornings and more visual clarity on your walks once you swap these habits. Imagine being able to read the morning paper without immediately feeling tired, or seeing the vibrant colors of your garden without that gray haze. That is the difference these small tweaks can make over time. I know getting older is hard. The aches, the fear of losing mobility, and the worry about losing your independence can be scary and discouraging. Vision loss, in particular, feels like losing a connection to the world. But you are not alone in this, and it is not too late to turn things around. Your body's incredibly resilient. It is always trying to heal and strengthen itself. All we have to do is give it the right fuel and care. Growing older might be inevitable, but growing weaker does not have to be. Every small step you take, every better food you choose, every good habit you build is strengthening your eyes and your future freedom. One meal, one step at a time, you are taking charge of your health. Remember, your independence is carried by your ability to see the world clearly and move through it with confidence. You have the tools now, you understand the mechanism, you have the power to change your morning, and by doing so, change your life. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which of these tips surprised you the most? Did you know about the connection between sugar and eye blurriness, or was the hard blink exercise new to you? Do you have any personal experiences with these habits, good or bad? Share your story or any questions in the comments below. I read every single one, and we all learn from each other's experiences. What change are you going to make tomorrow morning? Let us know in the comments. Your plan might inspire someone else here who is hesitating to start. If this video helped you or opened your eyes even a little, please hit the like button. It means a lot to me, and it helps YouTube show this video to other seniors who need this information. And do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on important health insights that could improve your life. We have plenty more science-backed tips for thriving in your golden years, because your health and independence are worth fighting for. If you are still with me and determined to keep your vision sharp, Type a 1-inch the comments to affirm it. I appreciate all feedback and I want to see how many of us are ready to take action. Stay strong, stay healthy, and remember, keep taking those small steps for your health because they add up to giant strides in your freedom. Comment morning below and I will pin the checklist so you have it handy. I will see you in the next video.